and welcome to the EPICENTER Major Regional SEA Qualifiers. We have what could be the final match of today. The match that could determine the first finalist of the Regional SEA Qualifiers. We already know that TNC qualified for the region, but we need one more team to do the same. Will it be Fnatic? Will it be BO3? Will it be GeekFam? Will it be Pau Mescal? Waiting for the first finalist to come up here. It's the best of three between Fnatic and BO3, with Fnatic already leading by one match.
Fnatic plus AU.
5 seconds remaining.
Stream title's changing, guys, don't worry. I don't have access to dashboard. I was going to do it without saying anything, but...
It's not my fault that you don't.
No.
Yeah.
Blame
All right.
other people.
We're ready for this game. We're ready for the stream. My name is D-Surfers. I'm here with Gareth. We'll be your casters, your narrators, your storytellers today.
And we'll be telling you that Drown Sand King up and yay!
And he'll be your like biased narrator here. Completely.
I hate a lot of things. Like Drow Ranger and Abaddon.
I feel like the Drow Ranger hate is justified.
Yeah.
I feel like Abaddon is unjustified. You just dislike him because
That's like
there's really
your
no
opinion,
reason.
man.
It's like totally your opinion. What about the Doom Jakiro? I like that combo to start off with, or Boom AD. I mean, not that I like the combo as a draft, because I think the draft for Fnatic is much stronger, but I like the Jakiro as a hero.
Yeah, it gives you a hero that deals with Eidolons, allows you to contest the Enigma back in the jungle. Also gives you some real solid lane pressure. I was maybe expecting Fnatic to ban the Grimstroke there, because BO3 now has the opportunity to have the 5 Jakiro, 4 Grim, 3 Doom with the double Doom Soulbind combo, which is real nice against Enigma Oracle, or any pairing of heroes with one of the two that have already been picked up by Fnatic.
We were saying earlier how like the Doom and Grimstone combo is particularly the way to enable the Doom properly, not only in lane but also well, I mean, obviously with the combo, but also in lane, right? Jakiro does fulfill a good role though of being a brawler. Like he's good with the Doom in lane, he offers a lot of pressure, but the Oracle really counters that Jakiro pick. The Fortune 10 being able to dispel your dual breath, and I mean Liquid Fire doesn't really matter. There's mainly the dual breath. That is a huge deterrent.
Wraith King, I feel likely the 4th ban from BO3, something that Fnatic love playing
And the
up against that Doom.
Yeah.
As a kind of direct counter pick.
I agree. Wraith King's a really good ban here. It suits Fnatic's playstyle very much. Like MP plays the space creation. We always talk about this. MP space plays the space creation. Abed is the main core per se that wins you the game. So the MP going for Wraith King is ideal entirely. So here, a Wraith King ban would suit BO3 well.
Yeah, so right now for BO3, I'm kind of looking towards that 3rd pick to maybe build up towards, a Terrorblade pick in the 4th spot potentially. So maybe Grimstroke into TB. Earthshaker is still in the pool, which is a bit of a spook for both of these sides. Fnatic less likely to grab it up, simply due to the fact that Enigma is more likely the DJ position 4 hero. But for BO3, Earthshaker here with that long-range initiation, the double Fissures with Ice Path plus the actual Fissure gives you some real nice reach and the ability to stop Black Hole pre-BKB on that Enigma. And it gives you the surprise jump and catch onto heroes like Oracle, which is always really nice to have.
5 seconds
That is
remaining.
true.
Especially when heroes like Nyx are already banned out, Sand King's gone. You need someone to bridge that gap between yourself and the enemy backlines. Oh,
That's
they're
another
gonna go
hero
Magnus
that
PA.
They can bridge that gap. Yeah, the Magnus PA. It's a good way to deal with the Oracle and a good way to take advantage of the Enigma, right? Because weaker lanes means you cannot put so much pressure in the early game, which means obviously you get the PA Magnus combo to be much more effective coming to the mid game because you have much more space essentially. And the Helmet Dominator Enigma does put more pressure on your towers, but Jakiro and Doom are good enough to deal with that. Doom can eat the creep, so it's not that big a deal. The Magnus PA, I'm hoping is the combo here. And Fnatic immediately with the Ursa. I'm assuming that's an MP Ursa.
Yeah, it should be. Now,
So-
it's still scary. Like, the weird thing is, PA suffers against Ursa. Like, he's got so much physical sort of nuke power through overpower that even with Blur, you can just get absolutely shredded by him.
You have a difficult time as well with the PA Phantom striking in, right? And Ursa punishing that very hard. Like usually the idea is PA is you use Stifling Dagger, Phantom strike in, kill one hero, Phantom strike out, Very similar to Ricky. Oh, okay. So no PA yet. Maybe that Ursa deterred them away from it?
Yeah, it feels like it has gone that direction.
You can always run Bursa mid though if the Ember decides to go mid. I'm assuming that's an Ember carry then for BO3.
It does leave them severely lacking in tower push. Jakiro really the only one that can do tower damage right now for BO3. Ember Spirit, Doom, very much, single target, burst damage focused.
10
Look for that one hero to pick them off. Teamfight combo with Magnus Jakiro is pretty
5
nice, but
seconds
they do
remaining.
need like a dedicated tower hitter. And I think in that case, then Ember Spirit more likely to play mid. But if Fnatic shift the Ursa into the Ember lane, Ember gets shredded by Ursa Warrior, absolutely destroyed in a 1v1 lane matchup.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why the Ember cannot. I mean, yeah, you kind of have to play either musical lanes in the side lanes, or if you run a mid, then the threat of Ursa going mid exists. And I think Ursa against Ember mid particularly is really, really brutal, because Ember just has no space to run. Have to constantly be facing that Ursa 1v1, and without the help of the supports, it makes it much more difficult. We'll see. I mean, well, now Fnatic has the upper hand, I would say, in this draft, by quite a lot. Now you have much more leeway. If you pick an offlane hero that could potentially also go carry, to play music, well, not carry, but like that could swap lanes easily, to potentially play their musical lanes more effectively. What would you like to see here?
I don't know. I'm stuck on Boom ID. My mind is just like racing, thinking TB, Death Prophet. These are all heroes that would do nicely in their draft, but you can't pick them into this. Like this Ursa pick, third spot for Fnatic.
It's great.
It's absolutely spectacular, shutting down a lot of these potential pushing heroes, which they all suffer against Ursa Warrior in lane and in that mid game. But for Fnatic, Enigma could still switch to 3, but I think you're right. They pick up their Ice hero likely here.
Yeah.
Although they don't have last pick. If they're afraid of their mid laner getting banned, if it isn't Abed hero that they want, they should be picking it now, like the Queen of Pain, for instance, or the Shadow Fiend.
Wow.
Magic damage. So now Ember has no lane to go to.
Literally, yeah. This is terrible for BO3. And Shadow Fiend the only good thing here for BO3 is that Shadow Fiend relies on a good matchup usually in the mid lane. The idea, actually that's not true. Greaves Shadow Fiend changed the name of the game, so you're not so dependent on that anymore. You still want to get ideally a positive matchup, but Shadow Fiends have been playing better and better as time has gone on. So, not necessarily playing better, just like they've been more consistent in the lane, even if you don't have a good match. And I don't know where this Ember goes now anymore. It is so terrible for BO3.
Into the bin.
To the trap.
Fnatic's turn to ban.
You need a
If they'd pick Batrider, then Ember has 0.
like actually 0 lanes. I mean, now at least you're playing musical lanes. BO3 can. So they need to pick a hero that can actually take advantage of the Magnus better than the Ember, because if Ember's getting trashed, right, you can't have him be your Magnus hero, and then you have a Magnus for nothing. They were trying something really cool here, BO3. Well, not really cool. Some sort of a pocket strat here to try to surprise Fnatic, and it's just not worked whatsoever. And now you have this awkward rhinoceros in the middle of your draft. Like, what do I do? Who do I help?
Theoretically, here they could pick Ice the Wraith King, right? They could keep MP
I like the Wraith King pick here, honestly.
on the Ursa, put
It's
Ice
not like
on the
Ember-
position 3 Wraith King.
Ember does not do well against Wraith King, to be honest with you. Okay, Wraith King has sustained if you go for the Flame Guard build. If you go Slide of Fist, you can't deal with the Skellies.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Bat and Kunkka final bans.
Radiant team.
What happened to
pick.
Pango? Where did he go?
Ooh, I like that pick better than the Wraith King. Okay, that's a more consistent off-lane pick. He's really strong against Ember. Yeah, Ember could go support at this point, and he might be more effective. Let Magnus 3, Jakiro, Ember supports. I'm kidding. I don't know how much I'm kidding, to be honest with you.
Roaming Ember Spirit is a UK Dota special, and I'm going to tell you now it is not good.
It's a UK Dota special, so it's a
5
guaranteed
seconds
loss.
remaining.
Yep.
Okay. What? Well,
There's no hero that salvages this draft for me in my head for Boom ID. I've been wrong before, and I'm happy to
Eat your words.
retrospectively eat my words, but I really do not see this game going well for them. Where's my hero list? What's good for them?
I mean, good. That saves your draft nothing. It's something that can at least help you somewhat. You need the other Magnus pick. Could it be a? No, Troll can't be. What's a Magnus pick? Troll PA. There's Jug. Oh,
Lycan?
Sven.
They still go for the
Who's
Sven?
your hero?
I mean,
It's the best of a bad situation, I feel.
yeah. Brings us down to the table.
And the thing is, what we were saying before about this Jakiro and the possibility of the Doom or the Magnus, whichever one is position 4, which it looks like the Magnus will be, contesting Enigma isn't going to be easy. You have the tools to do it, but I don't think you're going to be able to leave your lanes. All of these heroes have to play the lane, whereas Fnatic, they've got a jungle Enigma, they've got this potential for Oracle to TP in and save any situations that get a little bit nasty. And Abed in that 1v1 against the Ember Spirit. In that mid lane, it looks like they've already set up for it. Should be an absolute crushing.
They are crying. Mikoto is crying right now. He's like, guys, are you sure I need to play the Ember?
Like, there's no chat wheel spam at all.
No, because that's what you know. Let's see when the game starts, though. Boom ID. The issue with this Fen pick is that even though it's the best out of bad situation, like you say, you don't take that much advantage of the Magnus. Like he has the limiting factor where if Fnatic will limit your farm, there is nothing that Magnus is enabling to do. Because Magnus just enables Fen to farm faster, not to farm particularly fast. Like it's not like PA where Magnus just allows you to completely forego an item, or even with Troll, where you open the map and you can farm it so quickly. With Sven, it's about taking camps faster. So you need the stacks really early before Fnatic can actually start pushing and destroying your draft. And you go for Shadow Fiend, Guardian Greaves, which I think is the build here. You absolutely decimate Boom ID before they can get a single item. Like your draft timings are so quick, and you even have a DJ Enigma who will be able to get a Helmet of Dominator early without even helping the lanes, because there's no need for the lanes.
And Boom's team fight is reliant on hitting RPs, getting Doom onto Oracle or Enigma, picking off. Like if Enigma and Oracle, if they get picked off early in the fights, Boom ID can swing a couple of good skirmishes here or there. Then I think they can ramp up and scale with the Empower and the Greater Cleave to potentially accelerate fast enough to keep up with the Shadow Fiend, the Ursa Warrior, in that early game.
I think Brood Mother.
I think I agree with you though. This the speed at which Fnatic play and the speed at which this draft can play line up really nicely with their item timings.
Prepare for battle.
Well, they're trying to warm themselves up. You know what's cooking? Boom.
Okay, at least they are putting voice lines, right? So that means their morale is high, even though it shouldn't be.
Sure. Even a clown must smile if he's got tears in his eyes.
You call them Boom ID clowns. Jesus Christ.
You just did. I didn't say anything.
Jesus Christ, man. This is why you can't get... Oh, my God. Caster Flame.
That's why I'm casting qualifiers.
With me, of all the people.
Good first blood. 4 hero rotation with the smoke. Catches Fnatic a little bit with their pants down.
No, totally with their pants. That was a good play. But then again, how long does, this is the way to do it, right? You have to try to take advantage of the Enigma not being in lanes and put pressure wherever the Enigma is lacking. So ideally, Ice would be the place to put the pressure in. But it's just so difficult.
Night Stalker is such a good pick this game. My God.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like the AoE silence against Ember Spirit, super nice. The nighttime punching against the Jakiro, against the Magnus, really handy because you can hunt them in the backlines, right? But it's the vision reduction. The fact that Doom, Magnus, Ember Spirit, they need to catch a glimpse of people to be able to get their spells in onto this Oracle and Enigma. Like I was saying, you need to be able to get the numbers advantage by pumping as much as you can into this Jabs and DJ duo. But if you don't have the vision to do it, if you can't see where you're going, if you're blinded by the Night Stalker, you're not going to be able to start these fights off well at all.
The positive thing you could see... Oh, no, because you have the Enigma, right, to cover your lane for the beginning. So that means that ISSI should have an okay lane because the range creep will always be taken away by DJ. So it's... Yeah, even ISSI will have an okay lane. We'll see how this goes. Maybe Mikoto can surprise us and evade every single raid that's on him and win the lane against this Shadow. You have Sleight of Fist build that might help you. I mean, no, you have to go for the Flame God. We'll see. The playstyle for Boom was good last game. Maybe this game their playstyle is fantastic as well. And maybe they can overcome the issues in the draft and prove to us that draft is only part of Dota. But playstyle is what really determines it.
Yeah, Magnus is dragging waves back, so he'll be able to kind of reset lane equilibrium. Does put Doom under a little bit of pressure from that Oracle. Looks like they'll finally pull that wave across. But you've got DJ's Enigma back in the jungle farming. Night Stalker has pretty much a double wave now coming towards his own tier 1. While Abed being dived by Mikoto, pretty aggressive from the Ember Spirit in that mid spot. Looking for the triple raises. Abed, is he bringing? He must be bringing mangoes, right? He has to, yeah.
Nope. No mangoes, and the courier's dead as well. Little pig turned into ham. Man, that was not mango. That was a tango in a south. Or no,
No, the SF got mang.
Oh, the SF.
Yeah.
The SF. Sorry. I thought you meant the courier.
No, it did. Yeah, Dire Courier came with
Okay, right. Sorry.
with mango and salt.
I was confused as to what you were. Okay. But the courier died then. So
The Radiant one.
the Radiant one died. Yeah, the pig. Yeah. So that's Boom ID. Yeah, like if this was difficult to begin with, imagine playing the lane without regen now. You only have a salve. This is your region. This region is the region for the next 3 minutes, I think.
Impossible.
New ward.
Oh, nice.
He did
Animation
not evade
cancel.
anything.
Yeah,
All right,
with the fake pump.
Yeah. Abed is just playing around with him. He knows this lane is so favorable for him. He's actually not even caring about the... Alright, look, Jokam comes in and he can just kill him. Free kill. It's nothing. Kescute, though, with a double damage, that should be enough to kill off Abed. There's no TPs. Abed acknowledges this. Very fire, though. Oh! Is he gonna make it? No. Jakiro gets the last hit with a double damage.
Still, 2-hero rotation, a double damage rune, and losing your Magnus in that 3v1 is pretty atrocious.
Yep. And since Jakiro gets the kill, Ember does not get that much golden experience out of it.
And Ember doesn't have a courier to bring out his Wraith Band anyway, so he's going to have to make the long walk home. He's got a salve, but I don't even think...
I think you might want to have a tactical death here.
Is he just
Die.
dead? Salve might get cancelled by Abed. There's the hit.
Oh,
Raise.
thinking,
Nice
no,
dodge.
Not. Okay, so he doesn't want to die for now. He's considered his options like, I want to live.
Like, what does he do? He wasted the salve. He's got to go home, surely.
Well, yeah. There's nothing.
Oh, there's Jackie Boy bringing stuff to him. Oh, it's Magnus.
Ah, this is the play.
There's a salve and a mango for
When
you, buddy.
you don't have a courier, you use one of your supports as a
Right.
courier.
During this pause, look at where Boom ID heroes are right now. Doom, jungle. Magnus, mid, saving Ember Spirit. Jakiro trying to maybe pull or stack down bottom lane. Sven is the only hero playing a lane right now. Fervian is the only one getting farm. There's a group of 4 dire heroes on that CS chart just behind the Sven, farming pretty freely for Fnatic. Things not looking good for Boom ID.
Yep. The Sven is all you need though, theoretically, with the Magnus, right? That's the goal of your lineup.
Sure.
I mean, it's the only thing you have, so you better play it well.
Doom just can't show his face at all. Jabs will spot out Joker. Level 1 skewer, not able to accomplish too much.
The issue is you also have it like Magnus is not the best hero at punishing this Enigma support play, right? Because he's not the best hero in lane either. So you have a Magnus that is just wanting to get levels for empowerment. That's his whole use this game. So it's hard for you as well to try to take advantage of the one weakness in Fnatic draft against yours. You enjoying the chat lines?
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder how quickly DJ is going to have this Helm of the Dominator. I'm guessing Nightstalker, yeah, has the Ring of Regen for DJ. So the 1,000 gold he's already saved up, well on the way to that Helm. 6-minute timing might just be hit. Top lane, MP takes down FBZ as Jabs helps him pummel the Doom into the ground. Again, not a lane that he can show up to. While Jokum will try and pull the wave back in between that tier 1, tier 2 mid area. Still going to get contested here. Dispel onto the haste, and DJ with a lot of Eidolons with the Malefice might be able to finish him off, but a quick skewer off to the side buys some space and time, and skewering back to safety. But MP wants to cut him off. Don't
Can he
think
kill him?
he'll be able to.
They both have boots.
Shrine in
Shrine's
20
on active.
seconds.
He goes for FPZ instead. It's like, well, easier kill. Over Venom is on FPZ. There's a TP though from Jakiro in the mid lane. The Ember Spirit dies, and Kescute actually completes that TP. Comfort can fight this. That Liquid Fire actually hurting MP's damage quite a lot, and Shockwave bringing him back. He's just being kited around, attacks whatever he can see, but needs Jabs to actually charge up a stun for him. Jokam, confident in this play, goes to the skewered. The ban threw away.
And then
Jokam will lose his life for this. MP gets what he wanted, but he loses the banter in the process. However, Jabs is at least able to get his.
someone go play the lane top, please. There's a creep wave that needs farming. I'm surprised MP doesn't just TP to the tier 1, honestly. He's going to go walk the long way. But yeah, Ember Spirit mid, dying solo to the SF. We don't catch it.
Because we were watching
Because,
the player.
yeah, of course. But it's expected. Abed absolutely crushing this lane. Mikoto doesn't really have
Nice evasion there.
a response to it.
I'm giving you credit wherever I can because it's such a difficult lane for this one.
And now with the catapults, we've got Helm of the Dominator. Yeah, it's here. Pre-6 minutes for DJ, so they get the double catapults going bottom lane. Jabs Oracle. Looks like he'll be fine, honestly.
Yep.
And that deep ward watches Doom every step of the way, so Fnatic know exactly what's happening in that box. They know there are 3-4 heroes there, while bottom lane, don't expect the FBZ rotation down to bot. Fervian trying to clear out the catapults and the creep wave with that God Strength to stop the push. And good swift movement from Ice Ice Ice, realizing that the rotation will be coming, but it's a more northern smoke here from the Jakiro and Magnus. Ice 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 not expecting 4 heroes to be down here.
He's gonna die here probably, even though it's nighttime, so that's a lot of your nighttime wasted. Good kill there, actually, by Boom ID. With a Sven that's leading in farm and leading in net worth.
It still doesn't feel good, though. Like, yes, it's a kill, but you're splitting it 4 ways. You've left top lane completely open with catapults to pile onto that tier 1. You defend your bottom tier 1, though, from the double catapults. You know, Enigma's first rotation doesn't pay off. But he just goes back into the jungle, like, whatever, I'll get level 6, I'll come back stronger than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
While the Shadow Fiend, complete free lane mid. 3,200 net worth. 1,200 ahead of the Ember Spirit. And a regen rune bottled.
It's not as much that he has a lot of net worth as more the Ember Spirit has nothing, right? Like, he is 200 above the Doom, who's also very poor. And Enigma's beating both of them, by the way, just with a simple Humble Dominator. Up top, they actually get a kill. MP destroys FBZ. And he's going straight for those drums. He's actually matching this Sven in terms of farm, which is the one saving grace, I guess you could say you had. The Magnus still doesn't have levels in Empower. In fact, Jokam is only level 2. Is this? No, he's definitely below the levels of the other supports. You need to start getting points in that Empower if you... I don't know, I'm careful with this Sven.
You need points in the Empower. He does, but he can't.
Yeah. How much use? Like, I guess you want to have some use as a support. As just an empowering machine with a Sven is just not as effective. You make him farm so quickly, but you have to trust the Sven can do everything for you. It's literally a 4 protect 1 game.
Ember Spirit very much going to have to be that space creator. Get the magic damage going. Now he's level 6. Maybe try and find some kills off the back of a nice rune. It is a double damage bottom. If the Ember Spirit can get there in time, but Ice is cutting them off at the pass. Kezcute grabs it before the NS can. But again, you just take a quick glimpse at this. Fervian farming in the jungle, not playing the lane, can't shove the tier 1 because DJ defends it. Mid lane Oracle given plenty of space here to get some levels under his belt, while the Shadow Fiend accelerating through the jungle with the level 4 razors, clearing camps very speedily. And Ursa Warrior has drums completed, so it is...
That's really good timing. Drums in phase, by the way, so...
It is not a Greaves build on the Shadow Fiend, though, worth pointing out. Not going to go for that tempo build, instead going for more of the... more position 1, I guess, Shadow Fiend, going for the stats, going for the S and Y, potentially.
I like the tempo build with Garden Greaves, but I can see the point for the stats, because you want a second point of contention for the Sven in case he gets out of control, right? And the Shadow Fiend doesn't match his form, but...
If you get doomed, especially...
Yeah.
If you doom the Ursa, Fnatic are reasonably happy. But if you doom the SF, if he goes for the Greaves build, that's a real sad moment. Whereas if you go for the right-click build, the Shadow Fiend can get doomed and just stand his ground and fight, no problems.
That's a very good point as well.
Courier?
Oh,
he's got it. He's got it. He's just believe. Just believe.
Come on, fly a bit faster,
Believe.
Kill the
Go in. No, exit.
No, he stopped believing. Ice. You can't stop believing.
Don't stop believing.
He has a TP. He's not even forced to use it. By the way, he doesn't look like a Night Stalker. He looks like a butterfly with this thing. It just looks like a butterfly.
Sorry, I was singing Journey.
I know you were singing, but I was completely glossing over that for a reason.
Oh, that's just Ice. Diving tier 4s, doesn't give a damn. They doom the SF after Requiem. Abed says, cool, I'm going to run away. Jab surviving.
Oh, okay, that's the skewer. And the Doom on
Bounty
the
Rune!
Bounty Rune. At least he'll take it.
Takes it in Remnants away, but they lose...
Doom.
Yeah, they lose the Magnus. And Doom the ability, yeah.
Yeah, not the hero, sorry.
Do they get double Bounty Rune bottom as well? Or did Sven take one?
So
No, it looks like Ice and... No, Sven did take one. He did.
Yeah. The bottling always.
It
gets me every time.
confuses me.
They should have a different icon for that. DJ?
He black holes this.
Yeah, minute pulls first. He
Where's
actually waited.
Ice? Come on, Ice.
Waited his full time. He's gonna die to this though. I see why he needed the extra damage. I don't know. I know he black holes this, but there would need to be a TP or something to actually.
Yeah, I thought he would have enough damage there, but God's Strength
is very
makes you super tanky. He had
even
magic
with
one
midnight
charges.
pulse, you know, like.
Yeah. And the Echo Saber, of course, helping out nicely.
Yeah.
Sven TPing top, realizing bottom lane has no tower, no way for teammates to come and defend him. So he'll take over these couple of camps and try and defend that top tier 1. As the waves come in, he'll clear them out and fall back to farm, while Ember Spirit tries to get free reign of the rest of the map. But a level 11 Shadow Fiend has plopped himself down near that mid tier 1 with a catapult behind him. Very tanky boy. Strength Treads puts him up to like 1500 HP basically with those double Wraith Bands. Is that a smoke from Jabs? Oh, it's warding mission, that's why. Yeah, he's off warding. I like this.
The warding mission for Jabs. I mean, yeah, smoke for warding is important. They're going to go for deep wards, though, if you do the smoke, right?
Whenever I do this, I've got the Pink Panther theme in my head. You know, traipsing through the jungle.
Please do not sing that, too. We already had Journey. It's enough. We've had the song quota for
you know, you're just hoping the smoke doesn't break. Do-do, 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 do-do.
Here comes the butterfly. Ice, 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 ready to kill Kesku. There's the ice pack. Stopping some of this initiation as MP murders this Ember Spirit and Cold. Or maybe Hot Blood, we'll see.
Oh, that's bad.
Mikoto,
that's real bad.
He thought he could get away.
Huh?
But he had another Spirit there.
Where was his... So, was his...
I think he misclicked. I think he forgot he had another Spirit or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Yikes.
I didn't actually see it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, he ran straight back into the waiting arms of the teddy bear.
The Ursa was also very confused, like, okay, I'll murder you, sure.
I'm going to win range and get out of your searing chains. Easy peasy.
Yeah, no problem.
5k lead for Fnatic.
He's not even going for BKE, by the way. He's going for straight Basha. This is the typical build nowadays, but it shows that you're dominating.
On Ursa? Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it is a very confident build. If you're starting to lose ground, you usually go for the blink first, especially against heroes like Ember, right? But not against Sven.
And you've got Urn on Night Stalker. Nighttime in 2 minutes should be the timing that they try and play around. So Boom will use the next 2 minutes to try and pressure as hard as they can. They start off onto the Night Stalker. Has the Oracle behind him with a false promise there to save him up. The RP not going to come through thanks to the AoE silence, and Ursa doomed up. RP now lands, connecting onto Ice Ice Ice. They have caught the one man. But objective-wise, they can't really push for more here. Tier 1 full HP. They're going for it. Glyphed up immediately as Mikoto does grab DJ down bottom, who was looking for a split push on the side lane down bot.
That worked nicely for them, and Sven is a very important hero here. Ursa used the enrage a bit too early. Can they actually catch the SF? Oh, sorry, the Sven, no. So Sven is actually doing a very good job. He's maintaining his team afloat literally. His head back must be hurting. He's carrying them hard right now. There's nothing else the Ember can really do here. The Doom has actually gotten some pretty solid Dooms though. That Ursa Doom and earlier the SF Doom, right? Deterring these heroes from doing anything. So
they defend their tier 1 mid though. That's the big thing. Boom, like I was saying, during this daytime, they've got a minute remaining where they need to get objectives. All of these dire tier 1s are still standing. They need money in their pockets and they need it now. Because come nighttime, you're going to have Enigma with his black hole ready. Catapult already grabbed up. Night Stalker has that urn, wants some charges on it, so you can definitely feel that the offensive nature of Fnatic's draft is going to come to fruition. He has like skewer, right? Oh, dearie me. Well, my boy.
He knew that if he skewered there, the Ursa would just get in front of it, right? So they just take him with him for a trip. So there was not really a chance. It's unfortunate.
What's Doom doing?
Sanjay and Yasha for the SF. So that helps a lot against the stuns that the Aven team could have, and sharing chains in general as well. Star resistance very valuable on this Shadow Fiend. Also tanks the Doom much better. So, and then he's going to go for the BKB next. So the typical, I love this. This is my favorite taunt of all time. The BKB now is the next item, helping him deal better with the magic damage Boom ID can put out, and not to be stunned by the Sven and killed off. But they need the Ursa. Oh, the Ursa Basher's here. Never mind. They have the Ursa Basher. Now it's time to fight the Sven. Ursa should be able to win the matchup against Sven now easily with the Basher.
The Basher, the black hole, the false promise. Abed with that SNY done, like you were mentioning. Status resistance in towards that BKB, and I'm guessing he'll go for the kind of deadless satanic build.
Oh.
Maybe Skadi. Skadi's real good here for the Shadow Fiend against the Sven. And the Ember Spirit. Magnus going deep for a bit of a warding mission. Does get some vision down. Enigma lone push at that bottom lane. Will have to contend with the Ember Spirit, who does come down to defend it. As the top tier 1 falls, they do move forward. Doom onto the Shadow Fiend will delay his initiation.
That's the perfect Doom.
But they've got the Sven isolated completely. Magnus is there with a potential for an RP. The turn, the fight from Sven, but the black hole connects right on time onto the Magnus as well, whose skewer is stopped mid-cast. Shadow Fiend survives through the Doom, and Fnatic now run rampant, charging forward, looking for additional bonus kills. Jakiro will be handing them one. And Ember Spirit with one Remnant might be an additional one. 2 seconds for another Remnant, he'll be fine. He's all right. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Ember. Doom, definitely worry. Big worry. Night Stalker, he's hungry. Nobody's following them. Night Stalker, unfortunately, no backup.
Can we just point out how the Magnus there tried to bend the bull or bend the skewer, I guess, around the black hole, trying to stop it with that, and he just got stuck. Like, oh my god, gravity! Oh,
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he had nothing else to do there, but like, it was an attempt, to be said.
Attempt equals made.
Yeah, you know, you miss all the shots you don't take, right? So sometimes you also miss the shots that you take, like in that case. They're gonna find FBZ with a basher ready. No bashes just yet. They don't need them. The damage. Oh, finally. MP gets one, gets the kill, and a tower for free as well.
Yeah, this is starting to really come to fruition. The outdraft, the outlaning, the outplaying. Fnatic just on another level to Boom ID, it feels like, in this series and in this game in particular. The map is closing in around them. The walls, they're moving. Claustrophobia kicking in for Boom ID. They've got nowhere to go. Sven has one cap to farm. Luckily for him, it's stacked, but... where do you move? Like
when that's your saving grace, like luckily for it, the cap stacked.
So the thing is, right, when you're being pushed in like this, you can see the ward coverage from Boom ID, especially the jungle ward they have to the west of their shrine and the one kind of in that middle lane near the river. Usually you want them a little bit further out to watch for the ramps and the entry points, but these, I mean, yeah, it gets de-warded anyway. These wards are very defensive, very, very passive wards, just looking for any kind of vision that they can have. Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is the way you're supposed to play these kind of drafts. You have a very bad early game. You have to withstand the Ursa's power and the peak of the Shadow Fiend, and he goes for this build that actually is better for the mid-late game as well, so that's also important. There's not such a power peak. Boom ID just need to live. Like, they need to survive as long as possible so that Sven can somewhat get farm, and this gets to the late game. Ferbian, this could be a problem because they have Basher on the Ursa now. So Ferbian does try to turn this around and Rage use, but the RP plus the Doom. Even check, false promise committed to this Ursa, plus a bit of healing.
He's standing in the fire.
Yeah, he was, and the Stormhammer actually hits both. The Ursa is disintegrated. It seems like Boom ID are managing to do this to Sven. Turning that around, the high ground was very well played, and now the Eyesight Sights with the area silence for now, flying like a free butterfly living. And he's gonna live to see another night, I guess.
I sure will. Yeah, Fnatic going high ground into the darkness. Not ideal when you have no Blink Black Hole. You don't have your teamfight ultis really readily available. Good skewer back with RP, the Doom onto that Ursa Warrior, taking him completely out of the match. And this is what Boom, you know, are built to do. That's what their draft is meant to accomplish. These big teamfight wombo combos. For them there, it's a good-looking fight because they get a couple of kills. Ideally, as the game progresses, though, you know, you get the blink on the Magnus, the Sven gets mobility, you catch a couple in the RP, and Sven absolutely annihilates them. But Sven will not be doing any annihilation from the grave.
Yep, that was a really good catch there by Fnatic. That managed to balance out things because all you need to do is stop Sven. Like, this is your goal as Fnatic, so any kill on Sven is super valuable. MP is now going to take this Roshan, and look at his build. We haven't seen this in a while, but I like the Ags. Cooldown reduction to deal with the Searing Chains better, and the Stormhammer, which has been the bane of your existence, together with the RP as well. So, the only issue is you still cannot cast Enrage while doomed, right? World Ags, so you have that problem to deal with. But then if they're wasting Doom on you every single team fight, you have an SF that is happy not to be doomed. Literally, he's dancing with the...
Oh, so you're allowed to do it?
Yeah, I'm not singing, I'm just copying the SF. Right? That's an impression.
Fine. Night Stalker, Hand of Midas. Looks like he's switched away from the Medallion Solar Crest idea he had and in towards the full Spirit Vessel on Ice, Ice, Ice. Oh, he's changed back again. Flip-flop, changing his mind. But Abed has also changed his mind. He does go for that Satanic after the Sanjan Yasha, skipping over the BKB for now just to get that status resistance kicking in.
It is the new build. We've seen a lot in Razor, right? But SF can also build that up, and it actually works really nicely for an SF.
All of these agi carries, it started off on PA being very popular.
That was so stupid. I remember that. When PA was strong, though, right? Mm. And this build for SF is similar to the build of Grief.
Court, bottom.
Well, I mean, why are you calling this out? Just joking. He's been dying left and right. The poor guy.
It's a kill for Fnatic.
It is, but it's just a Magnus that is just not having.
It's not just a Empower and RP are...
It's true, not having Empower is actually pretty huge here.
I think the RP is even more meaningful because that is their one big teamfight ulti. Like, Doom is single target, Sven has all the damage, but they need RP onto one of the cores of Fnatic just to make sure that they die. Make sure they are dead.
Yeah, I see your point. It's also the best way to deal with the Night Stalker or the Ursa when they're jumping to you. Assuming Night Stalker doesn't have his silence turned up, right? So, okay. But now with the Ursa as the Axe, RP will stop being so relevant. The Ursa Axe is going to really turn this around. They're trying to TP, and BKB is ready on Fervian, by the way, so they should be able to hit Abed now. No blink, and they give up. Instead, going for the Enigma seems like a much more easy and reliable kill.
Yeah, with the tier 1 bottom still standing, you don't know if Abed has an additional 3 heroes coming in to back him up. So Enigma having already blinked down to the low ground, they make sure they clear up the much simpler kill. Magnus nearly has this blink dagger. This is a turning point for Boom ID. They are 8k in the hole, but it doesn't matter that much when you've got this wombo combo and a couple of good scaling cores in the Sven and the Ember Spirit. Ember, who nearly has his Maelstrom done, and Sven, of course, with that 10-second BKB.
Thanks to that.
This is probably the peak for Boom ID right now, at least one of the main peaks, 22 minutes in to go and fight.
Yeah, but the Embers, I guess you could call it the peak. Since Sven is super farm right now, you still need to take advantage of the fact that he is above the Shadow Fiend. And the Empower has managed to keep Mikoto somewhat in the game. He would be much less farmed, even though he's not doing that great already, if he didn't have the Empower to help him. The Maelstrom also helps him farm a bit further. And this is the transitional item. You mentioned this yesterday, right? You need the Maelstrom just to transition into whatever else you want to build that's important, really. It's still a difficult game for Boom ID, but honestly, they've been taking some pretty right team fights. This was what we were talking last time. Like, their draft might not be ideal, but their playstyle has been on point this game. And now they're demonstrated again, taking a duel on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend can't really do much here. Sven wants to join the fray. MP coming in. There's the black hole from behind. Catches 3. And that black hole completely nullifies Boom's ID initiation. It's only the Sven who's hitting now. He's lost his teammates as Ember has been silencing destroyed. Sven has gone down already, and Mikoto managed to at least get the kill onto the Oracle before he himself falls down. Perhaps not. The Remnants are getting him enough mobility to TP back home. Mikoto played that well, but a black hole which completely canceled Boom ID.
You have to be so very clear.
That was blink reveal as well.
For who?
For the Enigma.
No. He's had that for like 4 or 5 minutes
really?
now. Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. They've known for a long time. We talked about it at the end of the draft. You've got to be very clear about your targets and who you go on. The Oracle and the Enigma are your targets. If you do not get one or the other, the team fight is likely going to swing the other way towards Fnatic. And Boom ID, they go in, they catch the Shadow Fiend, it looks okay, but Oracle's there to save him, and then Enigma is there to save the Oracle. So they have this chain effect where they have 2 heroes winning the team fight that are untouched in the battle because Boom focus on one of the cores. And it's just not something you can do. I don't think you can go in expending Doom and RP and the jump from Sven and Ember Spirit just to catch the Shadow Fiend. You need to know where the Enigma is. You need to be able to kill off that Oracle before False Promise, or else the fights will just swing out of your favor every single time. Yeah. It was really speedy by Fnatic. You've got to say, their reactions were very fast to get 5 heroes into that mid lane, but they were positioned ready and waiting for the defense of the mid-tier 1.
I mean, the Enigma had a great positioning there. He blinked right into the middle of that backline, essentially. And there's the issue as well when you play the kind of 4 protect 1, which is usually Sven is leading, right? And he's far from your team, usually, because you don't want... If he gets caught out, it's fine, to some degree, because you can still save him. If the rest of your team gets caught out, it's a problem. And in that case, that was actually taken advantage of by Fnatic, because they dived a bit too far. They were, like, what, around here when the black hole caught him, while Sven was, what, more or less here. That is quite the difference to be matched. And you can have 3 heroes kind of cut off the Sven so he can't help his teammates, while his teammates just die in the black hole. No need for the follow-up.
Top lane. A jump out of the Stormhammer by that Enrage. MP's Ursa will dodge away from danger.
That Axe
no
also
real team fight, though.
That Axe is going to make a huge difference for MP. Now he's going to get Blink as well. So he has the Enrage constantly, so he can use it offensively much more. And there's no way the RP is catching him.
Yeah, there's Blink into Abyssal, more likely than not there. Get that stun down to catch Ember Spirit, who has no defensive items. He's building a BKB, but that's not going to save you from the bashes or the Abyssal from Ursa, who walks into the Sven, claps the ground. A nice little Fortune's End will dispel off the Warcry.
MP thinks twice about this initiation, though. From behind, there's a Night Stalker coming in. And FPZ tries to stun him out. Ice is just playing with vision here as MP. No blink just yet, can't counter-initiate.
Black hole in 15.
Yeah, they're waiting for that black hole probably. MP is forced to use it in Rage already.
They can't fight linearly like this. They need to cut the backlines. They need to grab Enigma. There it is, the jump from the Doom. Perfect, onto DJ. Great jump. Now it's down to Sven to find the Oracle. This is perfect from BO3. The false promise just in time from Jabs will keep him up and running, but the Ursa is hunting, wanting the Sven. A bash will do the trick. One hit, if it's there, he'll get it. Shadow Fiend's final click will take him down. Fnatic still looking like they're winning this fight, even with the ideal initiation from BO3. Fnatic are just standing too tall, too strong. And IceIce is toying with his food. You know what's cooking? Jakiro. Eaten up by Ursa Warrior. Munched up by the teddy bear.
Fnatic, they... So you were right, that was the right team fight, right? You do have to go Doom the Enigma, but the chase afterwards to kill the Enigma because you want to take advantage of the Doom, perhaps a bit more questionable because they just kite it around, right? You have drums on the Ursa, you have meta movement speed on these guys, and Shadow Fiend is quite speedy with his Eagle Song already on him.
You need to follow your Sven.
Sanjay Yasha as well, exactly. But instead the Sven got kited around like hell. The Ursa was just hitting him from behind, you know, having the easiest time of his life. And the Sven is unfortunately not tanky enough to withstand an Ursa still murdering him, right? And he has Blink Dagger now with the Ursa, so it should be coming on his courier. Yep. That's going to make a difference as well, guys. Not going to happen again. The Ursa will not be kited around either.
Shrine time.
It's Shrine time. And the Butterfly's almost completed an Abed, so the only way Sven's going to hit him is through the cleave.
Like, this is so good for Fnatic. Winning that fight, getting a tier 3, getting Shrine, and Roshan potentially being available in the next 10 seconds as the fastest spawn. It is all clicking into place for this Fnatic side now. Ahead by 8 kills and 16,000 net worth. What is the damage on the Roshan man? How quickly does he come back up?
40 seconds.
Speedy boy.
I love how you actually... Usually people ask them rhetorically, but that is a genuine question now.
I need to know.
You need to know. Well, Roshan, that's the second Roshan, so it'll come with cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to be a really useful thing for the Shadow Fiend, ideally. Maybe in the Night Stalkers, he's not going to get doomed, so he could have the more use of the cheese, and he's also been really frontlining.
Spirit Vessel for IceIce is now done against that Doom's regen. It will be incredibly handy.
Cute. Is he going to die? Just it is nighttime, so...
Yeah.
Cute realized this, the darkness has been used...
Oh, he cancelled TP of Sven.
That's
they're all coming
useful.
in. Ursa and Shadow Fiend are here. Sven's dead.
Yeah.
He has BKB, but he's just still dead.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
He's so dead.
He was dead to IceIce anyway.
He's dead.
Yeah, he is. He is dead.
60 seconds.
He's dead.
Roshan time.
Yep.
You know why?
Because Roshan's up.
And Sven's dead. You okay, buddy? You fine?
Nah.
Am I ruining your brain a little bit?
You ruined my day as a whole.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
I'm sorry.
That sounds so genuine. Will they take the Roshan? They will. Okay, Abed finally goes for it. And he goes, well, Roshan spawned rather quickly. Let's take him.
I like how Abed was thinking about going Bottle Treads, SNY, BKB. And then he's like, you know what?
I don't need the big.
I really don't like BKB as an item. It's boring.
Yeah.
It's for boring people. And I'm not a boring person. I'm fancy. I've got Butterfly Satanic.
Alright, who do they give the cheese to here? It's Ursa with the cheese. And there's the H on there. Okay. I don't mind that because technically dooming the Shadow Fiend's much more high value, so he's the one who wants to have the Aegis. And you let the Ursa have the cheese.
Look where they are, Swordfish. Look where they're playing from.
Where are they playing from? The plateau?
Playing from the plateau. The double ramps, mid and top. IceIce is clearing out top wave so they can
Or
meet
geometry
up
class.
and connect onto that nice little line in front of the top tier 3 and the mid tier 3, which used to exist. Now exposing the barracks, of course.
Mm-hmm. The Fnatic lineup just needs to, keep control over this, keep pushing the lanes like you always mention, right? It's just we say this every game, but here and here, you put pressure to 2 lanes at once. Enemy team has difficulty dealing with 1 lane pressure. Imagine 2 pushing at the same time, being able to split push as well if you want to. Are they looking for any specific items anymore? No, you're good, Fnatic. You can just keep on going. They have the Black Hole ready as well.
Oracle's Force Staff, I believe, is coming. There's a lot of stuff on the courier, let's be real. There's Force Staff for the Oracle, Spirit Vessel for the Night Stalker.
Wards for the
IceIce has an Ogre Axe. Is that a BKB?
Yeah. Oh, IceIce. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he's going for BKB.
Yeah.
And you need... you're going to have the...
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Nighttime in 4.5 minutes.
That's it. And no, not the nighttime, sorry. The darkness, I was thinking. The darkness for IceIce is finally off cooldown, so now it's your time to actually fight.
Radiant's
Jesus,
bottom shrine
nighttime,
is
4.5. That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, wait for that.
I was just guessing, I'm helping you with your strugs.
English is a hard language.
Oh, it is.
So difficult.
And I've got no idea what I'm saying half the time.
Bottom shrine has fallen.
I just, know some words and I phonetically sound them out and hope they makes sense somewhat.
You compose them into what seems like sentences, right? But
Yeah.
you're actually just fooling all of us. Gareth is actually in the niche. He's part of Boom IT.
Yes, that's me. That's why I'm fanboying them so much.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're
That's why we're bias cast.
They're dealing with triple
Oh.
catapults. Oh, they tried forcing to skewer. That's a Magnus dead for forever. That's Magnus dead until the game ends.
And the
You have
flag
to-
of darkness has been laid down. This is the Prince of Darkness, Abed.
So, as Boom idea here, you have two choices. You let bottom barracks just fall and hope the Magnus respawns in time for the mid-rack defense. Or option B is you go in, and it looks like they are not going to go in. They are going to defend the middle barracks, which I think is the wiser option.
Barracks are under attack.
So Magnus
Yeah.
will have another go. He will respawn before the game ends. Boom ID will hold on for dear hope.
It's still a very difficult thing to defend. Like you were saying, this is your option. As a, it's a good one, but it's the best out of. It's the shiniest of two turds, as they say. Right? Fnatic can still take this melee racks, no problem. Like they can't stop Abed. They deny him? Okay, this is desperation. That doesn't actually stop the gold from going the other way. Like it still gives him the gold, so it means nothing.
It's demoralizing for the Shadow Fiend, though.
I mean, I think it's demoralizing for the Sven, if anything.
This is an Aegis Abed with Satanic.
Yeah. And
No-
he still has 1 minute and 40 seconds that Aegis.
And Sven has no MKB. Two full lanes of barracks going down as Fnatic stamp their mark on the game. DJ is lurking in the shadows, ready for that blink BKB black hole reveal with a 10-second golden shiny god. Does Night Stalker have his yet? He was getting closer. He is very near to that BKB for himself. And with nighttime in 2 minutes, Fnatic don't need to rush. They can slow and steady this. They've got Aegis, they've got Cheese, they've got time on their side. It is Boom ID that needs to make the moves.
That's a desperate
And
play. Oh, GG. That skewer. That skewer was what determined the GG. They were like, you know what? Yeah, it's over.
watch DJ black holing, please. Oh my god, pathetic. You missed the black hole onto no one. DJ black holed. You missed it. He's not talking to me anymore. Fnatic completely outclassing Boom ID, outdrafting, outlaning, outplaying, out anything elsing, out CSing,
Well, I think we're out of
wording,
out of wording.
Yeah.
Us, particularly.
speechless,
Speechless.
an
after
absolute hammering.
Fnatic. I'm going to ask you now, Gareth, the difficult question. How do you stop Fnatic? Not you specifically, but how does the team stop Fnatic? What is it? Because they've been, I mean, except for TNC, who managed to get through the group stages because Fnatic kind of loses,
How do you stop
two best of ones.
Fnatic?
How do you stop him? Honestly, what is the
Take team fights properly? Like, if you're jumping on a Shadow Fiend or you're dooming the Ursa instead of trying to hunt for DJ and jabs in the backlines, I feel like you're missing out on massive opportunities to... I think that game was winnable for Boom ID. Like, they had elements there and sort of flashes of
but
glory.
the draft was not doing them any favor.
The draft didn't do them any favors, no, but I think it was definitely winnable if they executed, not necessarily to perfection, but within the parameters and boundaries of what their draft can accomplish. If they do well enough in stabbing the backlines and literally finding jabs or DJ in that mid lane tier 1 fight, if they just see the Enigma, if they just doom the Oracle, leave the Shadow Fiend alone, I feel like they could win that fight because Sven was farmed. He was 2 or 3k net worth ahead of the Shadow Fiend, right? He was big.
4K at one point.
It was pretty massive. Makoto caught up nicely as well with the Empower. He had gap closed to try and
I mean, caught up as much as you can in
Yeah.
that position.
get on top of the Shadow Fiend, on top of the Ursa Warrior. It looked okay for Boom at some points in the game. They just could never get that perfect initiation. And when they did at the top fight, it was too late. They got the jump onto the Enigma, onto the Oracle, but they had this weird, disconcerted, not synchronized fight where the Doom chases the... Like, I think if you Doom the Enigma, you just leave it. You Doom the Enigma, stop him black holing, the Sven's chasing the Oracle,
that
which is
should have been
good,
the
and then the rest of the team has to swarm where the Sven is, follow your carry, and make sure that they all die. But
That was actually one of the turning points, I would say.
Yep.
That team fight, because Sven was getting actually pretty decent team fights until then, and then you get the chase, the kite, and it just didn't work out for them because of that. Because I feel like Fnatic's outdrafting a lot of the teams, though, in the SEA region. Like, you started with the outdraft, and there's all this pressure onto you of, like, we have to execute this draft to perfection. And above, above perfection, 110% to actually manage to win this game. And honestly, Boom IT was really good at executing. You were mentioning this, Sven had a chance, but Fnatic honestly seemed unstoppable in these SEA qualifiers. The TNC, do win and they do get the first spot, but like I was saying, it's best of ones. Now it's best of threes in Fnatic, still dominant. And the bridge between TNC, Fnatic, and the rest of the teams is just massive.
Yeah, I think Fnatic and I think TNC would maybe be the only team
that can beat them. It's
that could beat
100%.
Fnatic. Yeah, it looks like Fnatic are going to storm their way through this qualifier, but it's double elimination. Boom ID down to the lower bracket finals, facing off against the winner between Geek Fam and Power of Malaysia, Singapore, plus Australia, the winter stack, which we've got tomorrow. 2 best of 3s and a best of 5.
So exciting. We get to finish the regional qualifiers, and most important, we get to crown the second winner of these qualifiers, the second team from SCA to go to the Epicenter Major.
Yeah.
So excited to get to name them. Fnatic. I mean, we'll see.
Should we just call it now? Fnatic your Southeast State? No, of course not.
No, you don't
Plenty
know.
of...
Boom ID, actually, there's one thing that should be noticed. That if you're missing the draft, right, if your execution is good and you're missing the draft, and execution has a bit of, you were saying, caveats, you can fix some things. There's chinks in your armor, but the draft is a big thing. You have a whole day to genuinely study the draft and go, how do we draft against Fnatic? Like, what's the thing? How do you counter Abed, right, besides murdering the kid? Like, there needs to be something we can do against him in the draft, and I think Boom ID can take it. Honestly, Boom ID has been doing good performances. I trust them. I believe in them.
I think my